Chris Eubank Jr. has accused Conor Benn and his team of derailing his weight cut, which led to him being fined £375,000. Eubank, 35, was over the middleweight limit on Friday morning by 0.05 lb. The Englishman is the favorite against the smaller Benn as a regular middleweight, but says he underwent a difficult weight cut. "It stings that I was 0.05 pounds away from the limit and now I'll have to pay $500,000 to someone. These are the people you are dealing with. They closed the scales off early," said Eubank. "I asked to go and urinate but they said no. These are tactics people use to try and get under your skin, to try and derail you from the task at hand, which is to go out there and win. They had an agenda. They wanted that money," he added. The British Boxing Board of Control (BBBofC) set the rules for the weight cut and oversaw the official weigh-in on Friday morning, which was also attended by representatives from Matchroom, Eubank's promoters Boxxer and Benn's trainer Tony Sims. "He was expecting some sympathy, but he isn't getting any sympathy from around here," said Benn. Eubank will have to weigh in one final time at about 8 o'clock British Summer Time on Saturday in line with the rehydration clause. Neither Benn nor Eubank are allowed to put on more than 10 pounds from the 11th 6 pounds limit. Benn, 28, weighed 11th 2 pounds and is not expected to have any issues with the rehydration limit. For Eubank, he says he is still unsure how he will approach the next 24 hours. He will be fined again if he misses weight. "This is the peculiar situation that I find myself in," said Eubank. "I have to watch what I eat and drink, or I can eat and drink whatever I want but then I have to get in the sauna tomorrow morning and sweat off 4 pounds. I still don't know which one I'm going to do." Benn is coming up 2 weight classes to fight Eubank and the fine will go directly to the unbeaten welterweight. The pair will fight 3 decades after their father's rivalry in the 1990s and 2.5 years since Benn's failed drug tests led to the cancellation of their 2022 bout. Benn has always denied intentionally doping and had his suspension lifted in November 2024. Despite Friday's hefty fine and mental drain for Eubank, he said the only victory to celebrate will be when his arm is raised. "If they want to look at this as their victory then that's great for them," he added. "All that matters for me is who performs on the night, who puts in on the line and who represents their family name to the best of their ability." Chris Eubank Jr. has been fined £375,000 after missing the weight for his highly anticipated grudge match against Conor Benn. The 35-year-old middleweight failed to make the 11th 6 pounds limit by just 0.05 lb, causing a financial setback and raising further questions over his preparation. Eubank initially weighed 0.2 pounds over the limit, and despite an attempt to shed the extra weight, he remained over the required amount on his second try. Benn, by contrast, made weight comfortably, coming in at 11th 2 pounds, slightly lighter than anticipated. Both fighters are bound by a rehydration clause, which limits their weight gain to 12 stone 1 pound on the morning of the fight. Benn, 28, posted a video on social media ahead of the weigh-in, jokingly saying, "Show me the money," in reference to the financial penalties. Benn, 28, posted a video on social media ahead of the weigh-in, jokingly saying, "Show me the money," in reference to the financial penalties. The weigh-in, which was held behind closed doors at a London hotel, has been a focal point throughout the week, with weight issues becoming a major talking point. A ceremonial weigh-in will take place later on Friday in Islington, open to the public. The fight is scheduled for Saturday at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. This fight has been marred by controversy and delayed before. A planned bout between the two in October 2022 was called off when Benn failed a drugs test. Benn's team has expressed concern over the rehydration clause, which they believe levels the playing field given Eubank's history of significant weight fluctuations after weigh-ins. Eubank, known for his middleweight experience, usually puts on about 14 pounds after a weigh-in. In the days leading up to this weigh-in, he had two options: to either regain the weight and then shed 4 pounds on the morning of the fight, or remain within the 10 pounds window as stipulated by the clause. This is not the first financial hit for Eubank. Earlier this year, he was fined £100,000 for slapping Benn with an egg at a press conference. Additionally, he has voluntarily compensated £50,000 to boxers who were affected by the cancelled 2022 event. With the fight set to take place on Saturday, Eubank will have another chance to make weight.